Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we explore timeless stories and the powerful lessons they hold for our modern lives. Today, we're diving into a classic fable that's more than just a simple animal tale. It's a story about wit over might, about thinking your way out of impossible situations. I'm talking about the story of the lion and the rabbit. So, picture this. Deep in a lush, sprawling forest, there lived a ferocious lion. This wasn't just any lion. He was the undisputed king, powerful and feared by all. But he had a problem. His hunting methods were, well, a bit chaotic. Every day, he would rampage through the forest, hunting not just for food, but for sport. This created an atmosphere of constant terror. The animals lived in perpetual fear, never knowing when the lion might strike next. It was an unsustainable way to live, and the animal population was starting to dwindle, not just from being eaten, but from the sheer stress and chaos of it all. The other animals, tired of living on the edge, decided they had to do something. Imagine all of them gathered together: the deer, the boars, the buffalo, all the creatures of the forest, big and small. After much discussion, a wise old deer proposed a bold idea. They would approach the lion with a deal. They said, "O mighty king, we respect your power, but your way of hunting is destroying our community, and in the long run, it will leave you with no food at all. So, we have a proposal. Instead of you hunting us down randomly, we will send one animal to your den every single day. This way, you will have your daily meal without any effort, and the rest of us can live in peace." The lion, being quite lazy at heart, thought this was a fantastic arrangement. A guaranteed meal delivered right to his doorstep every day. No more exhausting chases. He loved it. Agreed. He roared, "But be warned, if a day passes and no animal appears, I will return to my old ways and hunt you all down." The animals reluctantly agreed. It was a grim pact, but it was better than the constant terror they had been living with. And so, the new routine began. Each day, the animals would draw lots, and the unlucky one would have to make the lonely final journey to the lion's den. The forest was calmer, but a heavy sadness hung in the air. This went on for some time, with the animal population slowly but steadily decreasing, one by one. Then, one day, the lot fell to a small, seemingly insignificant rabbit. As the other animals looked on with pity, the rabbit didn't seem panicked. Instead, his little mind was racing. He knew he was no match for the lion in a physical fight. He had to use the one thing he had that the lion didn't: his intelligence. As he slowly hopped towards the lion's den, he wasn't just delaying the inevitable, he was forming a plan. He made sure to arrive much, much later than the lion's usual feeding time. By the time the rabbit got there, the lion was absolutely furious. He was pacing back and forth, his stomach rumbling, his roars of impatience echoing through the forest. "You tiny creature," he bellowed when he saw the rabbit. "How dare you make me wait? You are too small for a meal as it is, and now you insult me by being late. Why should I not punish all the animals for this disrespect?" The rabbit, trembling but keeping his composure, bowed low. "Forgive me, Your Majesty," he said in a small, shaky voice. "I am not to blame for my delay. I started on time, but on my way here, I was stopped by another lion, a huge, arrogant lion who claimed that he was the new king of this forest." The lion's rage turned to disbelief. "Another king in my forest? Impossible. Where is this impostor?" The rabbit continued, his voice gaining a bit more confidence as he saw his plan working. "He is in a well, not far from here, Your Majesty. He said he would not let me pass, claiming that I was his meal for the day. I had to tell him that I was already promised to you, our one true king. He became very angry and challenged you. He said you were a coward and that he was the rightful ruler. I barely managed to escape to deliver this message to you." The lion's ego was completely shattered. The idea of another lion challenging his authority was unthinkable. His hunger was momentarily forgotten, replaced by a burning desire to confront this rival. "Take me to this coward," he roared. "I will show him who the real king of this forest is." The clever rabbit, feeling a surge of hope, led the enraged lion across the forest. He didn't lead him to another lion, of course. He led him to a deep, old well filled with clear, still water. "He is down there, Your Majesty," the rabbit whispered, pointing into the well. "He is waiting for you." The lion stomped to the edge of the well and peered in. And what did he see? He saw his own reflection staring back at him from the water's surface. But in his blind fury, he didn't recognize himself. He let out a tremendous roar, and the lion in the well roared back, his echo bouncing off the stone walls. This was all the proof he needed. Convinced that he was facing his challenger, the lion did the only thing his rage-filled mind could think of. With a final, mighty roar of defiance, he leaped into the well to attack the other lion. Of course, all he found was water. The well was deep, and its stone walls were smooth and impossible to climb. The great, powerful lion, tricked by his own reflection and his own arrogance, was trapped. He thrashed and struggled, but it was no use. The king of the forest had met his end, not by the claws of a rival, but by the cleverness of the smallest of his subjects. The little rabbit, his heart pounding with victory, raced back to the other animals. When he announced that the lion was gone forever, a wave of disbelief followed by immense joy and relief, swept through the forest. They could unbelieve that such a small creature had achieved what all of their combined strength could not. The rabbit was hailed as a hero. He had saved them all, not with muscle, but with his mind. From that day on, the animals of the forest lived in peace and freedom, forever grateful to the brave and clever little rabbit. So, what's the big takeaway from this story? It's a powerful reminder that intelligence and wisdom can be far more effective than brute strength. The lion was a victim of his own ego and his inability to think critically. He let his anger and pride cloud his judgment, and it led to his downfall. The rabbit, on the other hand, faced an impossible situation and used his intellect to find a creative solution. He proved that no matter how big a problem seems, a sharp mind can find a way through. This story teaches us the importance of staying calm under pressure, thinking outside the box, and recognizing that our greatest strength often lies not in our fists, but in our heads. Thank you so much for joining me for this story today. I hope it gave you something to think about. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. We love exploring these tales with you. Until next time, stay wise and think smart.